Welcome back, everybody. It's Primetime Active Sports. We're here again in the midst of a great NFL season. We're moving on to Week 11, Slater. It's been fantastic. We've had a lot of stuff going on with our new podcast. Stay tuned for that as well. But what's going on in the sports world you want to talk about? A lot has happened.
A lot has happened, yeah. I mean, let's go to, we just had Canelo Alvarez knock out Caleb Plant in the 11th round. What a great fight that was in boxing. And then we had UFC 268 and UFC 267 back-to-back weeks. UFC 267 being the first ever free pay-per-view card in UFC history.
That's what you were saying.
Glover Teixeira won the belt at 42 years of age, something you don't really see in that kind of sport, so that's very impressive. It's good to see him, a guy that's been at the top, then knocked all the way down to the bottom and worked his way back up, especially at that age. And then we had the main event of UFC 268, Kamara Uzman versus Colby Covington 2, the rematch, Madison Square Garden. The first fight was an instant classic. Uzman finished him with 50 seconds left in the 5th round. It could have been either person's fight too if it went to decision. The second fight, back and forth, like similar, but more towards the back end of the fight, rounds 3, 4, and 5, because Uzman was controlling the first and second round, almost had Colby gone in the second round, and then Colby, as tough and durable he is, he's got one of the best cardio in the game. He's a good all-around fighter, and he found his moments in the fight, and he hurt Uzman too. We saw him wobble at the end of the 3rd round, I believe. And it was a great weekend, great fights. But other than that, NFL's in high gear, and we got the NBA starting off hot too. Lakers had a good win against the Miami Heat a few days back, but there's a lot going on, a lot of good going on.
I just want to reflect because you and I and our great friend Ryan, we went to Lakers game. We went to the Chargers game yesterday. We got to see them take on the Vikings. It wasn't the good outcome we wanted to see. We were expecting kind of we wanted a high scoring, but it wasn't really that. You look at the Chargers right now; they're kind of on a little slump. The Chiefs took a leading command, first place in AFC West. We'll see how that goes after their win against the Raiders on Sunday Night Football. Patrick Mahomes proving the doubters that he's back. Technically, was he ever really gone? I know they were struggling, but 5 touchdowns. It was you don't know who to root for in those situations, but it was a good game for the Chiefs. So the Chiefs look like they're having sole command. Even when they were struggling, they still managed ways to get a couple dubs. So that was interesting. You mentioned the Lakers because they've been kind of hot. They've been cold at times. You look Carmelo looking at one of the best 3-point shooters on the way or at home, and then one of the worst away. So we'll have to address that. LeBron might be coming back from his injury, so that's great. But we're here mainly for the NFL, and we're already on Week 11. I know we talked about your Patriots the other day looking like, hey, they might have Offensive Rookie of the Year on their team right now, looking like a playoff team. I know you mentioned a couple weeks back that the real test is against the Bills. For the Patriots, see how it goes. They kick off Thursday Night Football, so that leads us perfectly into NFL Week 11. We got Thursday Night Football, the Patriots playing against the Falcons, who really struggled the other day against the Cowboys. Who do you got in this one?
4 weeks ago I said when New England was sitting at 2-4, they don't make the playoffs, because I did believe in our team. They don't make the playoffs. But I think the New England Patriots, I think they're going to make the playoffs this year. They will make the playoffs, I guarantee it. Whatever. And they're looking like that kind of team. They're looking like that playoff team that can make a playoff push. I'm not saying we're like on the verge of Super Bowl contention. It is the NFL, you never know, but we're looking good so far. And I think we're going to keep this momentum going, so Patriots all day on this one, going to 7-4, 5 in a row.
That Belichick-led defense, it's always one of the best ever whenever he gets his team rolling. Took him a couple weeks, but I'm going to side with you on that. I'm taking the Pats mainly because, is it in Foxborough?
No.
It's in Atlanta. I'm going to still take the Pats. I don't know what happened with the Falcons. I think they will kind of get better offensively, but their offense is all over the place. You got Russell Gage, hit or miss, supposed to be the new Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley's gone. You got Cordell Patterson being the only guy.
He's hurt.
And he's a little banged up. And
he might miss a couple weeks.
Cordell Patterson.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you got Mike Davis who's basically not there either. And no matter what, if Cordell Patterson's playing, Pitts, whoever the number 1 key is, Bill Belichick will find a way to lock that number 1 receiver down. What's next?
And then we got the Ravens playing the Bears.
Ooh.
Yeah, this one's tough.
Chicago?
Yeah, Chicago. It's in Chicago. I got to go with the Ravens on this one.
They played horribly against Miami. I don't know what the heck was going on. It was the same damn safety blitz on for the Miami Dolphins, and Lamar couldn't figure it out. But I'm expecting another bounce back victory. I'll side with you on that. I'll take. I don't know. Justin Fields been playing pretty good himself too. You know what? Screw it. I'll take Chicago. Upset.
Then we got Green Bay playing Minnesota. Minnesota coming off a good win against the Chargers. Man, Aaron Rodgers, COVID, who knows if he'll be back next week? Or was this his
He's
second
back,
week on?
No, he's back this week.
Okay. He was? Rodgers?
They just didn't play good. Yep, he played this week.
Oh, you're right.
Aaron Jones went down, though.
Yeah. I remember because I saw Aaron Rodgers playing. But I'm going to go with Green Bay.
They got ugly-ass win against Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks kind of rushing Russell Wilson back. We'll see how Chris Carson does. That's tough, but it's Green Bay, I guess, right? So I'll take the Packers in that one, unfortunately.
Then we got the Colts playing the Bills. As much as I want to be like, oh, no, not the Bills, because they haven't been playing the best lately. However, they did have a good bounce-back win last week. A lot of their guys went off. So I'm going to take the Bills on this one. I think they're going to be riding high, still being first place of our division, the AFC East, and then I think the week after we played the Bills. So I feel like that's gonna be it right there. That's gonna be the two best teams in that division facing off for who can take sole command of that division.
Definitely gonna be tricky. I'm gonna take the Bills though, just because I don't know what happened with that Jacksonville game. I think that was just a random fluke.
And then we got the Lions facing the Cleveland Browns. No Nick Chubb last week with COVID. Dearness Johnson still stepped up, but they got smacked by the New England Patriots 45-7. Facing the Lions, they avoided their
defeated season, winless season.
Yeah, but they didn't win. They tied. So I'm gonna take the Browns at home with Chubb back and everyone.
Browns are at home. Nick Chubb's one of the best runners in the league when healthy. Lions have the worst rush defense. Gotta go to Browns. I'm sorry, Lions.
And we got Washington facing Carolina. This is kind of an interesting game. Cam Newton had 2 touchdowns, 2 plays.
He's back.
But yeah, let's see what happens. But CMC is injured, but Chuba Hubbard. What's his name?
Chuba
Hubbard. He, man, that guy can play ball. And Carolina, I mean, at home, Washington, they just beat the Bucks, big win. But I'm gonna take the Panthers at home.
We don't know really the state of McCaffrey's. They were getting blown. Or sorry, they were doing the side of blowing out the Cardinals away. So we don't know. He was sidelined for most of the second half. Only playing I think 6 snaps if I read it right, maybe 5 to 6 snaps. We don't know. He's working on his hammy. We know how tricky hamstrings are. However, I'm gonna take Washington lost Chase Young to ACL tear. Let's go Panthers. Cam Newton's gonna probably play every snap this week too.
Texans versus the Titans. Taking the Titans at home.
Titans.
49ers going to Jacksonville. I'm taking Jacksonville on this one.
Wow.
I'm taking against 49ers. What's new?
Gotta take 49ers. Elijah Mitchell's the clear-cut number 1. We didn't know what's going to be going on. We'll see on Monday Night Football how they're going to approach these Rams with now OBJ, no Robert Woods. So we should probably talk about that eventually too. But I'm going to take the 49ers. I don't know why you hate them so much.
All right, Dolphins versus the Jets. I'm taking Miami on the road against the Jets. Mike White, I know he's the GOAT, but I think the Dolphins have been playing some solid football lately. They've been playing teams close. I think they beat the Bills, and then
you beat the Ravens.
And the Ravens, right?
Yep.
Or no, Jacksonville beat the Bills. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take the Dolphins on the road.
I'll take the Jets. I'll take Mike White flying high.
All right, and then we got Saints going to Philadelphia. Man, Philly's one of those teams where like one game they could be great, one game they could be,
It's a huge slate of morning games.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Saints on the road with Kamara. Oh, Kamara might be out.
You don't know.
I'm gonna take the Saints still anyway.
Okay, I'll take Philly just because they went to Denver. They got a good solid dub. I'm gonna say they're gonna just keep riding high. They gotta eventually figure out. They gotta let Jalen Hurts sling the ball. I don't know why they don't allow him that much. He's under 200 passing yards at 5 of his last 6 games. They gotta get him to throw more than he actually does.
And that's it for the morning games.
All right, tune back in for a sec. We're gonna get you the afternoon games.